So, I've played a lot of RPGs in my long time as a gamer. Kinda comes with the territory of having RPGs as your favorite genre. And for as many as I've beaten over the years, there's also, honestly, quite a handful of them that I've just sort of dropped and basically never finished. And there's usually a reason, of course, whether it just be boredom, tech issues, or outside interference, aka the demon known as life. So for the hell of it, I decided to make a video talking about some of them. This originally was going to be the Daybreak review, but I wanted to split that up in between this fun little side video. With that said, sit back, relax, and let me tell you about some of the RPGs I ended up dropping. Yeah, we're starting off a bit controversial with this one, but hey, that's how you reel in the viewers. Now, I can't tell you just how excited I was to try Xenoverse. I mean, who wouldn't? A create your own character type of game as you travel through the Dragon Ball timeline righting wrongs and learning of all the special moves your favorite characters use sounded like an awesome time, especially for such a big Dragon Ball fan like myself. And then I played it. Ooh boy, did I play it. If the frustrating amount of grinding through missions for even a slight chance at unlocking a skill wasn't frustrating enough, the insanely boring action RPG style gameplay made pretty much every fight a slog to get through. I wish I could have said I had moments of hype, but the more I played, the less I enjoyed the game. I ended up tapping out around the Cell Saga and haven't gone back since. I have heard that the sequel Xenoverse 2 does end up rectifying a lot of the issues I had with 1, but honestly, I just don't have it in me enough to care enough to actually check. Anyways, one down, on to the next. You know, I very rarely ever feel like I've been cheated out of my money whenever I buy a video game. Hell, even on games I really didn't like all much, like Infinite Undiscovery or, most of the picks on this list. I never felt like I wasn't, losing money for no reason. That was until I played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and came to the horrid realization that this game fucking sucks dog shit booty ass cheeks, and I genuinely felt scammed. The amount of problems this game has is pretty much astronomical, but I'm certain you've just heard it all before. Butt ugly graphics, notoriously boring open world, severely unbalanced gameplay, tons upon tons of bugs, glitches, and just straight up insane nonsense like an update deleting your save file or some stupid bullshit that never should have been allowed to actually happen. It's honestly insane how much this game damaged Pokemon's remaining reputation after Legends Arceus was barely able to salvage it. I think I dropped this like 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever badges in, and I really have no desire to go back. I watched the DLC and story stuff on YouTube and I did like that, so, at least you got something right. Maybe if I learn how to emulate Switch games and patch up all the bugs, I'll return to this game. But for now, no way, Jose. You would have to pay me. Alright, so for this pick, it was much more of a technical problem for why I dropped it than it was an actual game problem. Not to say I didn't have some issues with Fire Emblem Fates, sure. Things like difficulty balancing and, most importantly, the dialogue were problems for sure. But I still really enjoyed the gameplay and was even pretty interested in the story overall. So what happened? Well, one day, the A button on my 3DS got stuck. I don't know why, I can't remember why, and I don't ever think I found out what the reason really was. All I knew was that after nearly 5 years of service, I wasn't able to play pretty much anything on my 3DS anymore as a result. And while I did have a Switch by this point in my life, it still kind of really bummed me out because I like the 3DS. I still do truly want to beat this game one day. And since the channel is very much about marathoning series, I'll probably get back to it when we one day play through the Fire Emblem franchise. But until then, I can only imagine what could have been. Yeah. Just get your jokes in now. Yeah, I'm being real original with some of these picks, especially this one. But honestly, out of all of the picks on this list, this is actually one of the games where I can't really remember why I had ended up dropping 13 when I did. I got the game day one, plus the strategy guide, and all. I don't remember particularly hating anything I experienced from the game, although it may have something to do with the gameplay? Probably the linearity? I remember the game being really overly linear. Honestly, this is part of the reason I'm rather interested in reaching Final Fantasy XIII on my review walkthrough marathon. I actually do want to play this game again and see what exactly pushed me away from it last time. Hell, maybe it'll end up being my favorite Final Fantasy when I play it. Or it might just be ass-cheek garbage, who knows? That's the fun of this, isn't it? Yeah, this one is a really crazy pick. And before you get on my case, I do want to say this. I really did enjoy my time with Super Paper Mario. But the main reason I ended up dropping it is honestly kind of hilarious. It's a very simple one too. I just ran out of time to play it. See, the thing is, unlike a lot of other games on these lists where I had owned them at some point, Super Paper Mario I never owned. I had rented it from, well, if you're old enough to remember what renting was, from Blockbuster, and I only had a 3-day weekend to beat it. I tried to tear through the game, I made it all the way to Chapter 5, however, by the time the 3-day weekend was up, I wasn't able to finish it. Which sucks, because I really did like the game. And I kind of wish I would have told my younger self to maybe, skip some meals or something to go play it. But hey, that was then, this was now. And I definitely need to go back and finish it one day. Especially after playing the Thousand Year Door remake and loving that. Or maybe I'll just play Thousand Year Door remake again, who knows. Alright, so final game for this list is a little different than all the others. Because this is the only game I've dropped that I've actually rectified. Because I recently got the game to play again. But I vividly remember how much I had to grind being one of the reasons I ended up stopping playing Octopath Traveler. Another was actually the timing. See, around the time I was playing Octopath, I had finally got myself my first ever apartment. So doing things like sorting out fees and most importantly packing ended up taking much more of a priority. After everything was moved in, I had to spend time getting accustomed to doing things like living on my own, getting good at cooking all my meals by myself, cleaning, all that adult shit you have to do when you move out. And when I finally got settled in, not only had I completely forgot what I was even doing at that point, but I just really had no real energy to go back to it. So I sold it, along with a bunch of other games, and planned to return it one day. And lo and behold, I got a copy for my birthday. So I swore to myself that I would find time to play it. And now I am, baby. Really liking it so far, in case you were curious. Decided that I wanted to end this little video on a win for dropped games everywhere. Anyways, on to the final thoughts. And with that said, that is the end of the video, folks. This was honestly a pretty fun thing to make in the grand scheme of things. With so many RPGs out in the world, it does kind of make sense that we gamers may have dropped one or two. So I really enjoyed sharing mine. And what about you guys? Did you ever drop some RPGs in your time? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, maybe consider liking and subbing if you enjoy the content as we pave our way to 850. And maybe even turn on that little bell down there for some notifications. That's all, folks. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time for more RPG content.